All right. Hello, everyone. It is I, Elisa Dunn. You are joining into Put a Pin in It Conversations with Elisa. We are going to be discussing a bomb tonight. Don't ban me, Facebook. We're going to be discussing something that I was not going to discuss, but I saw something and it triggered me. And I say, you know what? Just let me talk about it because I am a woman. And I just wanted to bring my co-host on. Everybody, say hello to Bree.
Hi.
All right, Bree is on, and we are going to talk about this one subject. Don't call me sis,
Where,
man.
where does that
No,
come from? What
I,
does that mean? The spelling of it, not SISCIS, right?
CIS, not
Oh,
sis as in sister, like we used to
yeah.
say. I know that coming up, I did not really use that term when I was coming up, sis, but it is used so much now. Sis and sus, SUS.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about cis, CIS. And I'm pretty sure you did some research. Can you give us some backdrop on what CIS is?
So here's the thing. When I
Mm-hmm.
when I looked it up, there was not much. It was basically just saying that CIS is
Mm-hmm.
what the LGBTQ community call natural born women.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand where it came from,
Mm-hmm.
like why those letters. Maybe I
Mm-hmm.
was somewhere. I don't know if I missed it, but it basically just said that that is what we are identified as if we are naturally born as a woman.
So cisgender, which is pronounced SIS gender, it's
Correct.
a term that means whatever gender you are now is the same as what you were when you were at birth. So that means we didn't change our name. But what I'm trying to well, we didn't change our identity. But
Right.
what is confusing? Okay, we jumping into the conversation. Hold on, let me back up.
Okay.
All right. So if you are not aware, Jess the Mess, she came out talking, swinging. I'm talking about she came out swinging, cussing,
Upper
fussing, which that's how Jess is. You
for
know, she's a
real.
very straight to the point. She gonna cuss you out in your face type female, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, all of us are not soft when we talk. Jess is from Baltimore. And
Right.
so, she's you and you and all that kind of stuff. That's just her. And so my thing is she was defending women because there was another transgender that came out, trans woman, excuse me, a trans woman came out and was saying that, basically disrespecting us, saying that we don't own periods, we don't own all of these things.
Correct.
And Jess was like, the H we don't, so she went in.
Correct.
And then there was someone by the name of T.S. Madison, which, they call her like the spokesperson when it comes to trans. But this is where it gets sticky for me because I think there's a war between that community within themselves. Because one minute T.S. Madison will be saying one thing, and then the next minute she'll be saying another thing. Am I correct?
So she's extremely loud in
Yeah.
her stance, which is okay. And I want everybody to understand anything that we say on here is not a judgment, is not
Mm-mm.
we're coming against the community. That's not what this is.
Right.
We're talking about one situation that has happened and things that has happened leading up to what T.S. Madison has said.
Right.
But I think with her, it's like she's it's like she feels she's one she's in a crossroads because she calls herself TS because she is trans. However, she makes it very known that at the bottom she's a man and at the top she's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Very, she talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
However, when it is somebody she feels coming against
Mm-hmm.
the community, it's like she's coming against natural born women. That's
Right.
how it comes off. But then she says that she feels like she's trying to bridge the gap and bring education and awareness to the trans community. However, sometimes her way of doing it is bashing natural born women.
Right.
So I mean, I just like you said, she goes back and forth of what it is that she wants to say. It just depends on the circumstance, the person who's saying it, the circumstance, and what they're saying.
And I don't think that is, if you're trying to be a spokesperson, I don't, it's confusing to those that are looking like myself. So this is the post that made me be like, maybe I should say something. This is the post. She's no, that ain't the one. That ain't the post. Remove. That's the second one.
The other one, yes, the other one.
The first one was nothing that any of you said went over my head, which is people in the comments were saying, you know, what you're what okay, I'm gonna just read the whole thing, then I say it.
Okay.
Nothing that any of you said went over my head is actually the opposite. Everything I said about me not being mad at you for your ability to ministrate and carry a baby in your womb stands in me, knowing exactly who I am and what I can do, and proudly be a transgender. So this is okay. So again, I'm standing in solidarity. Stop trying to make me a villain and you a victim. So this is where I say TS is different, because she doesn't say that she's a trans woman. She
No.
says that she's a transgender.
Right.
And so when the trans women, which are the men that really like cut their stuff off, and
Yeah.
they really
Living,
they don't really rock with TS, because they're saying you're really not a trans woman. But TS Madison always said, I'm not, I'm transgender. So when this comes about, I'm like, that's when I said TS really should not have said anything, because you, at the end of the day, this is how she really feels. I'm gonna tell you right here. This is how she feels. This is at the end of the day. She said, "You do realize I can make kids too, right? I hate to break it to you. I'm fully functional. Throw that D."
that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying like it just depends on who says what and what is being said. Because she can make kids.
Right.
Because a man can have kids until they 90 years old.
Right.
And she makes it very known that at the bottom, she is a man, and at the top, she is a woman.
Very much a man.
Very much so, a man. Okay. But it's like
I'm not saying that to be, I'm just saying she has a very large,
she's very well
it's
endowed.
not like his pinky size. She has a large one.
And she makes it known, and anyone. So talking about this, when I started knowing, being educated on who she was, right? I Googled her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing that came up, and I was like, "Oh, that is why she says what she says about
Mm-hmm.
herself." Because but she can make children. She
Mm-hmm.
absolutely can. However, that is the confusing part, because it's like, okay, what day do you identify? Like, what day are you, like, you're saying you're transgender? It's just confusing to me, because transgender is, what are you saying? So one day you can be a man, one day you can be a woman?
No, that's the part. She is transgender. She is both every day. But a trans woman don't believe that.
So a trans
It's
woman
so,
is,
but this ain't my thing is don't call me sis though. I don't I
but
don't want
what
to
does
be
that
called
mean?
that.
But what does
They
that mean? I don't
that
understand what it
that is
means.
a term that they came up with. Well, they didn't come up with it. It is a medical term, but they try to really like pack it down and say, it's on your birth certificate. No, my birth certificate says female. It don't say sis.
It does
But
not say CIS. It's female, and it
it
has
says
a name
female.
in it.
But there was a lot of stuff going on with that. But my thing is, if you if we have to do all of these stipulations for y'all, like if we have to go through a fine tooth comb and say, she, he, or non-binary, all of these things, we have to be politically correct. Even in the school system, you cannot call a child something that they don't want to be called. You
For
just can't do it.
Yeah,
You will get in trouble.
yeah.
So my thing is, when we start bucking up and saying, don't call me that, but it's what you are.
No, I'm not.
Oh, really?
I'm not. I don't even know what that means. Like
But
that.
it's what you are. And half of us don't, like you said, half of us don't even know what it is.
But you know what I
So
really think it
go
boils down
ahead.
to, though? I really think
Hmm.
it boils down to respect.
Yes.
Period. Because if I'm going to respect you in whatever that it is that you want to be today,
And we
right?
do.
For sure.
Mhm.
Respect me. I'm not a cis. I am a woman.
Right.
I do all of the functionalities of a woman.
Right.
So I think it really just boils down to respect. I think it boils down to, if you want me to respect your community, which like you said, we do. If you want people as a whole community to respect your community,
Right.
I think that you should respect us as well. However, even with T.S. Madison, I watched her whole live that she did when she came back to the United States. It was
Mhm.
very disrespectful.
Really.
It was extremely disrespectful. You're talking, you're downgrading women. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand the whole picture here. I don't get the beef. I don't understand, because she was extremely disrespectful. She was talking about other women. And even with Jess Hilarious, she
Mhm.
had brought up she did a live, or no, not a live, she did a podcast, and she was talking about how a well-known person in Hollywood hit her
Mhm.
up in the DMs and was basically saying that they wanted to fly her out, take her out, and asked her, was she trans? And when she said no, he left her on red. So
How,
that's where this stems from.
but
You know, it's
Jess
not,
has a whole son.
but she is, I mean, that really doesn't matter, because
I seen Jess in person. She do not look like no boy.
no, she doesn't look like a boy, but she is very masculine in her speech.
Yeah.
She's very, yo son, she's from Baltimore.
Baltimore. That's how they are.
Right. So that's what she said on the thing. And so T.S. Madison tried to make it seem like this is deeper than a community. This is because someone has already mistaken you as a transgender, and then this transgender woman comes on and say, oh, you guys are not gatekeepers for menstrual cycles, and you guys are not this, and you guys are not that. That's why that offended her so much, because she
Mhm.
was already previously, looked at as she was a man. What transgender, I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, I knew that, but you saying it again, I didn't know that's why Jess was triggered. I thought Jess was just talking, like responding to her, to the other lady.
No,
And
that's what I thought. But when T.S.
mhm,
Madison did her live, that is
mhm.
how she tied it all together.
I don't believe that. I don't
No,
even think I don't
it,
even think Jess was even thinking about that incident. She was just responding to the lady.
right. But it they felt that what she said was offensive because trans I do know, and I've since this whole little incident, I've been looking up stuff. I can't it was a TikTok I watched
Mm-hmm.
and a transgender woman.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she can get it's some type of surgery that she can get that can make her womb and make her menstruate.
Really?
Yeah, that's what she said. So it's like it's so much, I don't know, it's so much being done in this whole grand scheme of things. Again, I'm not judging anybody for any choices that they want to make. However, you still have to respect the natural born women. You have
Right.
to.
Right.
Like this is not we're not trying to fight you guys.
Right.
However, we're not the same. We'll never be the same. It's
Never.
not the same.
Never. Never the same. And that's why I titled this Don't Call Me Sis, because that's not who I want to be called. So respect me, call me by my name,
Yeah.
and I am female. Period.
But didn't the girl say in her
A womb man. I'm a woman with a I'm a man with a womb.
she said what did she say? She said something like we're what did she say? Something like we're upset and if she wanted to have like if she wanted to carry a baby, like it was something along that lines. It was very disrespectful, and I'm just kind of like, but it doesn't make any sense. It
Hmm.
does not make any sense how we can try to make it equal. Like you can't make us equal. I don't care how much
Right.
you try. If I transition to male, I'm still
Hmm.
not equal to a male a male that was born a natural I'm never going to there's no competition because I'm never
Right.
equal.
And there were like people saying too that you have to look at. I didn't look at it this way, but I read in comments where people were saying this is just another way of, men trying to control women, because they're men, but they're women, but they're trying to control us in this way. But you don't see a trans woman turning in, I mean, a trans male that's a female that's turning into a male, trying to prove to the men that they're men. And they're trying to say it's because they're women. Women don't do that to men, but men always do that to women. You see what they're trying to say? I
I
don't. That's a long road to go down.
that's a rabbit hole.
That
But
is so much.
I
But it's like Jesus Christ. I ain't think about it like that, but that's just a
I could
lot to think about. It's just too much.
I could see how that can be a narrative. I
It's
can't see
just
that that
too
is
much,
yeah, I
though.
can't see that is the narrative, but I can see how they could spin that around because at the end of the day, you're not a natural, but like the emotions, it's never like it's just not ever going to be the same. The emotional aspect of it, it's just to me, I can say for me, and that because I'm not really educated on the transitioning process, I'm not really educated on it, but what I'm saying is for me, I don't see a male transitioning to be a woman. I don't see how emotional it's the same.
Oh, they
I
take now them hormone, the stuff that they take, the hormone stuff. There are that's why now it's harder to tell because of the the process.
friend, I can tell.
I
I can, I'm not trying to be funny.
I don't be looking that hard, but I'm just
I can
saying
tell.
they're more emotion. It's the hands give it away. The hands and the feet.
And the backs though.
I don't know about there's some small bags.
Man, no. Who what I can what's the girl off a Star? Real pretty.
Don't start me with no names. You know I ain't good with names.
So man, what is her? I cannot remember her name. So Amaya, Araya, it's something.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
She's a trans, like head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
Very handsome man. However, like because she posts her pictures, how she transitions, stuff like that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I seen her in person. Very wide back. Beautiful. But you can tell.
You caught me off guard.
No, but I'm not trying to be funny. But you
I
can
know, but you caught me off guard. You said very
you
wide back.
you can tell. Like I've never seen a transgender woman. Now trans
No, but you saw. Are you talking about African Americans or are you talking about like the males? Well, that's not even talking about the males. 'Cause Chris Jenner don't look like a. Mm-mm. He
but he
didn't do it right.
but he
She didn't do
doesn't
it right.
she doesn't say what did she say? She doesn't say that she is a transgender woman though, I thought.
So it's like TS. He's just a transgender. That's it.
Yeah, like he's not a homosexual. He doesn't like men.
What?
Yeah, you have to watch his interview. He has a girlfriend. He just likes the feeling of being a woman. Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh
Yeah, you didn't know that?
no! What
He has
the?
a whole girlfriend.
Oh, that's probably why. Because then he said he wish he hadn't have done it or something like that.
A lot of people are saying that they wish that they would have never transitioned because
Mm,
it's a lot. And I think the older community that transitioned, like before it was really like a thing,
mm,
not saying that people transition is a thing. I don't want people to twist my words,
right.
but before it was really talked about,
Mm,
the older community that transitions, stuff like that, they have since come out saying that they wish that they would have never done it. Especially the ones that's transitioning to women. Those are
so
the horror stories that I've heard.
so maybe that's why TS don't want to cut hers off.
She said that because it's too much. Because once you do it, you have to dilate every day, so it won't close. Because if it closes, it can set up an infection. You could die.
You what?
Yeah. See, when you said we was gonna talk about this, I had to go and really just like understand because I don't want to be
I
sound.
appreciate it. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. Cause
yeah,
I wasn't trying to go that way though. I was just wanted to just respect me.
yeah. Respect. I do believe that it has to be a respect thing. Like I really think that's really what it boils down to. You want
Yeah.
us to respect your community, which is totally fine if that's what you want to do. However, show us the same respect.
Right.
Don't say we're just chest feeders. I heard that chest feeders and we're just um of oven or whatever. Like that's not just what we are. Yeah, that's what that is why
And
hilarious was
also,
because that's what the girl said.
oh Lord. And also too, like they want us we're respecting, but all we ask for and then when we ask that ask you to respect us, then they be like, oh, y'all is just what was the word they used? We're just I'm trying to use the exact word they used. They said that we were because we were bothered by it, that we shouldn't be bothered by it because we are women. Just let them be. And we're not secure. That's the word. We're insecure because we do not just let them say whatever they want to say. And because we're women, we just women. It don't matter.
I'm
But
gonna take
some
it a step further. Let's take it a step further because I thought
yeah.
about this. So Saucy Santana,
Mhm.
what is he's not transgender. He is just I'm Saucy
Mhm.
Santana and I'm in the community. Cool.
Right.
He made a statement and he said that Trent drag we got what we have from drag queen.
Mhm.
And I think those type of comments is triggering
We
because
got what? We got
we
what from him?
everything that we do, the makeup, the hair, the lashes, the nails, the wardrobe. Yes. So it's those type of comments that's disrespectful because it's like you can't just say certain things. And then I'm gonna take it a step further. I think a lot of these disrespectful transgender women are disrespectful the way that they are because there's so many down low men who likes them.
Mm, I could see that.
You see what I'm saying? So if Rachel's husband is sleeping with this transgender woman, right?
Mm,
And pillow talking with this transgender woman and
mm-hmm.
having this disrespectful conversation, this transgender woman is not going to respect his wife.
Right.
So it comes like it's a competition, but it's not a competition. It's all disrespect.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom of the line. It doesn't matter what you are, what you transition to be. It's just respect. And I think that is the problem. I think for so long, because another vlogger said it was like, a lot of download, there's a lot of download men who are sleeping with because a lot of men like transgender women. Cool,
Right.
that's your business.
Mm-hmm.
However, a lot of them are married, a lot of them are down low, you see what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like that's where it looks like it's competition or oh, she mad because no, it's really just respect at the end of the day. Respect what we want to be called, not
Right.
CIS. I'm not cisgendered. I'm a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we can't go away. I feel like they're trying to go away from the foundation of what it really is. Now,
Right.
you want to make it whatever you want to make it, that's fine, but the foundation is still the same to me.
It it's a lot. And it can feel like that we are being attacked because I do not see this happening on the male side
No. Mm-mm.
at all. I mean, of course, I mean, no, because the men they out here, they are out. They are not in the closet no
Yeah,
more.
no, a lot
They
of them
are
are not, because there's no
they
reason to be.
no reason. They are
There's no reason to
out.
be. Yeah.
OUIT out. They are
Yes.
out. And so it's just, you know, I don't know. I really feel like you said, I agree with you that it's a respect thing. But I also believe that if if the community, I think there's some fighting within that community because like I said, some of them are saying one thing, some of them are saying another. We're not saying anything different. We just saying we women. Just
Yeah,
call us that.
that's it.
Don't change it. We didn't ask to be called this. So don't call me that.
Yeah.
While y'all trying to figure out what it is, because like there is trans woman, then there's transgender. So and it can be confusing because like I said, it's not the same.
See, and it's funny you saying that. I didn't recognize the difference. I When you said transgender and trans women, that's two different things. I never even looked at it like that.
That
Never.
it has to be two different things because they're saying two different things. And that's when I was like, maybe TS should not have said nothing because she don't even really believe what these trans women believe. You know what I'm saying? She believes that, she at the end of the day, she do believe that women are what we say we are because she's not trying to be that.
Right.
Trans women don't believe that. They believe that they are, I don't know if they believe they are equal, but they believe that they are more so women than what T.S. Madison says she is. I mean, she don't never, I don't even remember her saying she's a woman. I just remember her saying she's transgender. That's it.
So do you? Well, she wants to be called she.
I mean, that
Word.
don't mean anything. Like,
That does mean something.
no,
If
I'm serious. It really being in the school system, that does not mean anything.
if
That's just
I'm
who you
saying
identify.
so if I say I'm trans, right? And I say
Mhm.
I want to go by he him pronouns. I'm not basically saying I'm identifying as a man.
It's complicated. It is so complicated. I'm telling
Okay.
you.
I may need to be
I'm t-
educated because I really want to understand because I don't ever want it. And I think a lot of it too, not us per se, but in the straight community, right?
mm,
They really have not given respect to. You have people who are what is it, transphobic.
transphobic.
Yeah. So I think on both sides, it just needs to be respect, and I think more people need to be educated, even
Mhm.
if they don't agree. Right?
Right.
You
Even if
still
you
need
don't
to
agree, you need to be
right.
educated.
You still need to be educated because that is the world that we are living in right now. It
And it's
doesn't
not
matter.
going away. It's not
No,
going
it's
away.
not going
You
away, and
you
it's
can't
never
hide
going
from
away.
it. It's not going away. You can't hide from it. I know some people that are just like, really like I'm not like that because I would be very hypocritical to be that way, knowing my past. But I know that it's just there needs to be a conversation with I would say all of the letters, but everybody in the LGBTQIA community.
I
There
agree.
needs to be a whole panel
I agree.
where the people that are straight are sitting in the I don't even know if straight is a correct term no more, but people that don't identify with the community, I say that, sitting in the audience and we asking questions, not you telling us what you think we want to hear,
Right.
but we asking questions like, okay, why she believe this way and why you believe that way, and y'all supposed to be the same thing in our eyes, so
Yeah.
they can explain it. Because hearing it on TikTok and hearing it on lives and you rebuttaling and all this kind of stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's
It's totally
triggering.
different. It's totally different because T.S. Madison says something different. Then what is the Monroe lady, the comedian?
um I know who you're talking about. The moment she's more so for women,
Very
Monroe,
much
right?
so.
Mhm.
However, she identify like it's like I don't it's and it doesn't it's not a disrespect. It's
Mhm.
a I really do not understand because I've only grew up I'm a woman like and my mom tells her testimony like my grandfather God rest his soul
Mhm.
was a homosexual, right?
Mhm.
Um, and he was a homosexual for years. Like my mom, he left my grandmother when my mom was like 5 or 6,
Mhm.
right? So he's always I've always known him to be with this one particular guy.
Mhm.
However, it was just he either gay or he's straight. Either he like men
Mhm.
or he like women. Now it's like it's a whole spectrum of things, and I just think it needs to be an educational piece because it can't be a badger though. It can't be a you're talking out of offense.
Right.
Educate us so we can understand, even if we don't agree,
Right.
we will understand because where there's no knowledge, there's ignorance. So
Right.
to them, we may be saying something it's like that's ignorant, but it's like no. Like I asked my friend one time, he's openly homosexual.
Mhm.
I asked him, I need you to help me understand this transitioning thing. I just really fully understood whatever you're transitioning to. Like if you're a trans woman, then you were born a male. I didn't even know
Mhm.
that. I don't know. I didn't know.
Well, I'm ahead of you.
Right. So because growing up, that wasn't a conversation that you just have in your home. It's either you're gay or you're straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Either you and it's so much more in our faces now. It's all homosexuality has been around for umpteen
Ever since
ever
the
like
beginning of time.
since the beginning of time. However, it is more in our faces. So I think
Mhm.
like you said, maybe that's something that you should think about, like having some type of live with someone in the trans community, someone that is just in the LGBT community, that's just a male who likes men. Like it
So
needs.
this, hold on, time out. This is a petition. I need a lesbian. I need gay, LB, bisexual. Wait, lesbian, bisexual, gay, LBGT,
Trans,
transgender, trans woman,
Q, queer.
queer.
What? But what's that?
I have no idea, but it's in there. What's I?
Mm-hmm.
Can somebody help us, please? I see y'all
Look,
on here. Ain't nobody saying Jack on here.
they probably
Is
trying
y'all
to,
scared?
because they probably trying to learn the same way we trying to. Because
We educating each other because I don't know. Let me look. LGBTQIA. Here it is.
QIA, right?
So we need a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, queer, questioning, and asexual.
Queer questioning. Like, what does that mean?
I have no idea. Many other terms such as non-binary and pansexual that people use to describe their experiences of their gender,
Two
sexuality,
spirit.
and
Two spirit.
physiological sex characteristics.
I
And
see.
here's another one.
What is
LGBTQIP2SA.
P stands for pansexual,
Uh-huh.
and
Two
then
spirited.
two spirit, asexual, and ally, ALLY.
Mm. I
I
need
think
all those
that
people.
you should probably put together, because I really have a lot of questions, and it's not a questioning of trying to change your mind of what we think. That's not what
No,
this is.
no, 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 no,
It's
no.
more of, I think we do need to be educated. Like
Yeah.
it's because the church world, which what we came up in, is wrong.
And
It's
it runs rampant in the church. So I don't even understand.
it's every like it's the craziest thing. But they taught us it's wrong.
Yeah.
But why is it wrong? Why is it wrong? Like, and tell us why you. The only thing that I really, really, really just do not agree with is the
Mhm.
transitioning of kids. That's my only like, because kids change their mind so much. You
So
see what I'm
much.
saying? So it's like, like even I've worked with kids. I've worked with a lot of girls in mental hospitals and stuff like that or whatever. It's like sometimes being a lesbian is just a fad. Being a lesbian is just something to do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I want my girlfriend. Like, it's too many ups and downs with kids. That is the only thing that I'm like,
Right.
maybe, you know what I'm saying? But as for adults, like, I would love to really be educated on all of these different letters. Why can't it just be trans, gay, or straight?
It's way more than that. My cousin said, I'm stuck on cis. What is this? I'm trying to keep up with all these labels. Okay. Sharon. It's my cousin. Don't we look alike? Let me put a picture up there. See?
Y'all do look
And
alike.
she's like almost 80. I'm just playing.
Really?
No.
I was about to say, what is she drinking every single day? Because I need it. Okay, what is happening here? You are
No, I'm playing. I'm gonna see if
y'all
she
are
gonna say
80.
something. No, she's not. I know, but I know she's in her high 50s though. No, she's 60. She's in her 60s.
They look good.
Sarah, how old are you? She got to be in her almost 60s because my brother is almost 50. I'm up there too now.
Y'all
I'm
got some good
44.
shit. What did she say?
But
Oh, she said, "What does cis mean?"
yes. All right, cousin. We're gonna go over it one more time. Cis is. Let me pull it up again. I want to
I
say
got it.
what Google says because
A person whose gender identity corresponds with the sex registered for them at birth, not transgender.
yeah. So it's what so that could be male too. cis male and cis female? Is that where the word sissy came from?
No, no.
Oh. My cousin is 58. I don't like that word. That word is so mean. But so cis cousin is when you are, it's whatever you were born. It's a female that was born a female at birth and did not change her identity.
So basically, you.
You,
'Cause-
yes. That is the interpretation of cis.
But where did these? Who made up these? That's what I want to know. Like, what is?
It's not made up. We just don't. But the thing about it is, this is where it gets sticky for me, Brie. Is that okay?
It's made up because they keep tacking on these.
No, it's not made up.
No,
It's not.
what I'm saying is when I say made up, they keep tacking on these different letters. Like every year, it's a different letter. So this homosexuality was back in the Bible days.
Mhm.
But they didn't have the LGBTQIAP like they didn't have that. So that's what
They
I'm saying.
didn't.
You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying like who spearheaded this and where are they getting this from?
Somebody must have landed on it, and
But the
okay,
definition is confusing though because it could very well be a male
that's
also.
what it does.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell
Yeah.
you. It's cis male, cis female, but they only use it for us.
Us.
So that's where we not doing this. Don't call me that because you're trying to stamp a label on me, and I'm just a woman.
So why
I'm
can't
not a cis.
So what's the problem in just saying cis? I mean, not cis. What's the problem in just saying, a woman? But T.S. Madison, see, this is where it gets disrespectful because in her live, she was like, I'm just going to start saying, when I see a natural woman, I'm going to say, oh, that's a real woman. That's a real, like, it gets very sticky with the disrespect. But I also think that the disrespect goes both ways. I feel like that's a lot of people in that community are extremely, extremely, extremely sensitive
Mhm.
when someone says something about them. However, our community has not been as understanding as we are sitting up here being understanding. Like, okay, let's have the conversation.
Right.
Let's figure out why this means this and why is it so many different.
It has to get that way now because I think this is what happened. You tell me if you think so. When everything started unfolding, we as females, women, we found a kind of safe place with the LGBT community because it was like, hey girl, hey, going shopping and all this kind of stuff. And we, you know, I don't want to say the word, but the blank hag, they like being around pretty females.
Yeah.
That they will flock to a pretty female and
That's
you
usually your
get
best friend.
right. You
Yeah.
best friends, you going out,
Yeah.
all these things. And then all of a sudden it's changing because now we're saying like, wait a minute, because they started calling us fish. That was number one for
Yes.
me. I was like, oh heck no.
Yeah, I'm like,
Fish
what
is
fish?
not endearing.
But where did that come from? Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean though?
It means a female because we ministrate. We have ministrations and they say I don't smell like fish.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
they're
That's what
trying to say that's what they're trying to that's why they call us that because that is something but that's degrading to me. But they're saying that it's
if you smell
endearing.
like fish when you're administrating, that's a problem.
Okay, let's see. Our man Marquis says social concepts grouping. They are saying gender and sex are two different things. They are saying gender is social identity, sex. Then he said some cultures have 8 gender identity.
But
Okay.
I don't understand. I don't get it. Like in my field, that is called multiple personalities. And you get medication for that. So I'm trying to like it. I'm baffled because it's like gender is how you identify. Did what he say? Gender is how you identify.
It's two different things. So, like I was telling you, okay, gender and sex are two different things. So they're saying that, okay, I want to make sure I say it right. Because your gender is who you identify as, right?
Right. So I could say today I identify as a man.
I think the best example of this would be the Jenner guy, woman. What did he identify as? She.
She.
Okay,
However,
so Chris Jenner would be, I think, would be a good example because he identified. Y'all
she
charging to my head
identify.
now, right? She identifies as a woman,
Right.
transition to a woman, but still like women.
But transitioning
I
means
don't get
what?
it.
Because I don't think
Let me just, I don't get it.
I don't think she
Help
had
me out, Marquise, because I don't get it.
I don't think she had the bottom surgery. Is that what they call it?
I think she did.
You think
Chris Jenner, yes, because Chris Jenner said that she wish she never did it. Wait, let me see.
so?
I thought she did.
I'm
Y'all, I came straight from work and did this, and I need some help. Is it Chris? It ain't Chris Jenner. What's her
Caitlyn.
name?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah. I just think we just need to be more educated instead of being
We
badgered.
do. We do.
Because I really want to understand, like, what is a pansexual? What is a free? Well, I know a free spirit is I like who I like, I love who I love. So if I fall in love with your heart and you just happen to be a woman,
That happened to me. That's not nice. Oh,
you know, that was a time. That was a time in your life.
oh!
But that's where you pin the book because you got to get the book and you got to.
You have to get good grief to understand what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about right now, get good grief on lulu.com. You cannot get an autograph book anymore. I sold all 100 of them. Yep. I sure did.
And I got
Okay, so Marquis said, okay, here we go. He said, but how you identify isn't necessarily what you are. It's still dysphoria or something like that. Angel said, but why transition if you're going to still like women? I'm confused.
because he
So
said he just likes he likes the fit. That's what he said in his interview. It was very confusing to me, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder, do these like hormone shots and pill like do it mess up a chemical imbalance? Because it just doesn't make it like what they're saying doesn't make sense. Like he likes feeling like a woman. She identifies as a woman. However, she has a girlfriend and she still likes women. Because you remember when Kim was talking about her and Kendall, they would like get up in the middle of the night and she would be walking around in wigs.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really it's very confusing and it's not ignorance. It's just like we don't know for real.
Yeah.
And I don't want to read
You
a book.
said we don't know for real.
We don't, and I don't want to learn. I don't want to read a book to learn. I want to talk to somebody.
We're gonna do research. I'm gonna find everybody that represents a letter in the community and we're gonna have a discussion because we need to figure this out. I mean, for education wise, not trying to
We're not gonna
make
change your mind or make you
nah,
feel
not
like,
trying to do
oh,
all that. No,
that's weird. It don't make sense. That's stupid. That's not what this is. I
no,
really want to understand, but don't call me sis though, because I'm not a
no, don't call me that.
CIS.
I have my cousin said I have also been asked to call a person they because they identify as both sex.
Yeah. I had a girl like that in one of our facilities. She identified as a they. And I'm like, so what does that mean? Like one day I may wake up and want to be a girl?
I just think that when it comes to that, I don't think we ever gonna understand what that person is going through, how they're feeling, what they got going on. But for me, in order for me to respect what you have going on, I got to understand it.
You have to explain it to me,
Yes.
not make me understand it, but explain it to me in a way where you're not attacking me.
Right.
Because people may think, okay, we're just saying this because we just want to be like an airhead. No, like I'm
Mhm.
really trying to understand what is happening and what does this mean? Because if you're identifying as they, does that mean you're the free spirit or whoever I fall in love with? That's just who I love.
I think that's pansexual, ain't it?
I don't know.
It is. I think that's what that is.
So what's the free spirit?
I ain't never heard of that till today. Two spirited is what it's called. I
Well,
ain't never heard of that. So
maybe that is, I'm gonna tag somebody in
two
here.
spirited. Like, what is that? That's like, you remember when you used to see the Greek gods where they have like the man and the horse? It's like,
Mhm.
it's a lot going on. It's just a lot. Oh, and I did look it up. They did confirm that Chris Jenner, I mean Caitlyn Jenner did remove his genitals. So yeah. Angel said
So now
that
she's a lesbian
yeah.
in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting there. We figure it out as we go. Oh God, this is a lot. I didn't want to be heavy tonight. I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, but it's almost like they have a personality disorder. Well, I'm not going to say that because I work for the school system and
Yeah.
I don't want to get fired. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. Why are we having this discussion for what? I'm confused. I am missing something. If you came in at the end, Maurice, then yes, you will be confused. He always doing something. What was that?
I don't know. This computer is dinging on me.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so all I'm saying is we just need to understand. So I'm going to do some research and we're going to have a discussion. I already know who to call. So I'm going to call them and
I
I'm
have
going to,
one person that I want you to, because he's
want us
very,
to talk to.
yeah, because he is a homosexual and he's
So he will fall under G.
G was GBLVG. Oh yeah, okay, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's very vocal about it. He's very knowledgeable.
Okay.
Might follow him on social media because he's kind of, a lot of people know him, but and he's friends with a lot of different artists and stuff, but
Mhm.
he's very knowledgeable because when I have questions, that's who I ask because I don't ever want to come off being disrespectful, to nobody in no
Right.
community or whatever. So
Exactly.
I always ask him questions like, hey, like what does this mean? Or and he tells me, and he's very knowledgeable. He's
Okay.
very knowledgeable about it. But we need to
Okay.
figure we need to know and get a better understanding because it's a lot of stuff we just don't know.
Yeah. But then on the flip side of that, I mean, I feel like we do a whole lot of research, a whole lot of, and it's just not reciprocated. But it's okay, you know. And
Because
and I will say that while they're on the panel, I don't think that is. I think that's cool.
so I think with that, and I could be wrong, I think the reason why it's not reciprocated is because we're not being stabbed and shot in the and beat up in the streets for liking men or
Mhm,
being straight per se. That's not what's happening to us in our community. People are not
mhm,
being killed because they're straight. Someone literally just got stabbed to death because he was doing what's the dance, the
Bogan,
right,
Vogue.
right. So that is something that's probably where the not aggression, but their passion of it comes from, because there's not much to understand about the straight community. Either you like men, you like women. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm,
just I don't know for sure, but I think that's probably why we don't get the same, like, that's probably why we kind of maybe feel like it's being more forced on us,
mhm.
because it's like, y'all, I mean, we here, we're not going anywhere. And
Right.
it's more so our community the straight community disrespecting them in a
Mhm.
space where it's like, if you don't disrespect us, then we don't have to do this the way we're. And I think that's really where the animosity and the struggle comes from,
I can agree
I'm
with that.
guessing. But you really won't know until you ask. And I think that
Right.
is the problem, because nobody is even asking. It's just kind of like, it's
We're
to,
just assuming and
yeah,
we're talking, but we need to hear it from the source. And I need some reliable sources. I need somebody that's really, you know, firm in what they identify as so they can tell us, explain to us so that we can get a better understanding. All right? So that's what we need to do.
and I think this, I'm gonna send you who I'm talking about, and I think he would be really, 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 really helpful. He may be a little aggressive in his delivery, but he's very educational, and he knows, he's very understanding in the
Okay.
community. So yeah, but this was a good conversation though, because I think a lot of people don't want to ask the questions. They just want to just think they know.
And Angel said, and I think most of the disrespect from our end is coming from heterosexual males, and which is a tricky situation because who we think is heterosexual is really is not.
Okay.
And
They be mad.
they get mad because they're about to get exposed. All of these things. So that's why I get so indifferent sometimes when it comes to the community trying to disrespect women, because we've been their homies for the longest. Like, why are you disrespecting us?
Yeah.
Like, come on. If whatever we say, I feel like y'all should be like, you know what? Let's just not call them that. Because we're women.
Yeah.
We mother, we nurture.
Yeah.
Where you're getting beat up, we're there licking your wounds and telling you, oh, come on, let's go shopping. Let's go. So
Right.
that's why I'm like, what the heck, man? Y'all
Yeah.
need to stop. This is not right. Like, whatever we say,
Yeah.
because we have stood by them when the men have been killing them left and right.
Yeah.
So
And I
we deserve that respect.
and
I
I
need to
think
I need to put this clip up. Let me get
the
my
anger, the anger is misplaced too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it's this place.
they're
We
putting
didn't do
all of us,
anything.
yeah, they're putting us all in this one bubble, and really who y'all have an issue with, that's who y'all need to take up the issue with.
Yeah. So it's really, they needed, instead of bashing us, they need to be talking about the men that get them in the hotels, treat them like trash,
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be seen with them in public.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be talking about them. It's
Yep.
not us.
Right.
No, it's not. And I don't think that I like you said it's displaced anger and it's not right. And
And
that's
maybe they
why
don't think
that's
it's
why I get
disrespectful,
triggered because I'm like, what?
but maybe they don't think it's disrespectful. Maybe they don't think CIS is a disrespectful term, just the same way.
There's 20,000 comments under the shade room saying, "Don't call me sis."
Yeah,
I think it's a overwhelming response. Stop doing it.
yeah,
Just like you don't want us to do certain things, you stop doing that.
right.
And then we
You
can
don't
get
want us to
along.
say, yeah, you don't want us to be like, hey, no, you're a biological male. You
Right.
don't do that.
You don't want us doing that.
Yeah,
And we don't do it
yeah. Because for what?
until they trigger us.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get that together, Bree.
That'd be
And we're going to make sure that we have a panel that is solid enough for us to ask questions. And I know a lot of people are like, why, we're doing this or whatever. Very, but like we said, it's not going away.
no. It's not going anywhere.
It's not going away. You ain't gonna look up one day and the Sodom and Gomorrah, that ain't happening no more.
Right.
So
It's not going anywhere. It's literally not going anywhere.
it is not happening. So you have to learn how to coexist. And on the only way, it's just like blacks and whites. The only way that we're gonna respect each other is we get educated and learn each other more. We don't even do that as races.
No.
So come on now, gender?
Yeah.
Come
We're we're we're,
on.
we're still in a space with our counterpart nurse that we're trying to get through, in certain areas, racism. So packing on homosexuality and their communities, like it's always going to be good for conversation.
Yeah,
And is like I said, no education in a situation, if you don't understand it, it can bring ignorance because you can say very ignorant things, very hurtful things. Even with our live today, we were very intentional in saying certain things because we don't want to be hurtful, but we just want to understand.
right,
I don't think is anything wrong with us wanting to understand, because I think that it will help the straight community to really understand. But some people would just never, they'll never agree to it. They'll never
right,
understand it. They'll never think it's okay. And that's their prerogative. But I think for educational purposes, I think the conversation does need to be had, because I've never seen or heard a conversation of someone asking questions
right.
and really answering the questions without being defensive or being, you know what I'm saying? So I think I don't know. It'll be good.
Like Angel said, it's very needed. So we're gonna do it here. We're gonna put a pin in it and we're going to do it. Not next week because Stellar Wars come on Sunday and I gotta talk about that on Tuesday. But after that, baby, we gonna talk about it. I keep hearing this term. I keep hearing that this term cis has been around since 1994 and it is a scientific term, but I don't care. I don't need a pronoun for my sex. In
But
1994,
1994,
it's not even a long time ago.
right? That was like up the street. Like that wasn't a long time ago.
So y'all just made this ish up now. Cause
I told you that.
I thought it was in the 1800s. 1994?
I told you that. Like there is no way, because growing up, all we knew was gay or straight. And if you
Nisa, wait a minute. Nisa, are you sure 1994?
Lisa, I'm telling you, because I remember, I don't know if it was it was it was here recently, maybe in the last 5 years, when they put the QIA on there. That hasn't always, it was just always, remember, LB, LBGT, LB. It was just,
Nah, bruh.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm
It,
saying I'm side-eyed now because
yeah,
I thought they were talking about this was always has
no,
been since Jesus was a baby. This
no.
was 1994. I was born. I was good and born.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm like, where are y'all getting these letters? Why
I was
isn't
in
it
high school.
right? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, no, they're
Bruh.
I don't know where they are coming. Like here in Vegas, right? They have this massive building. It's like the LBGT, because at first it was just LBGT, remember?
Yeah.
And then they added the QIA and all these other things. Here recently, I've been grown since they added the Q and all of that other stuff, because I remember when it was added. But they have this massive, and I said I wanted to go, this big community center,
Mm-hmm.
and it's smack dab in the middle of everything, and it is huge. It is very nice, and I'm like, I wonder, what this is. And people would be like, well, they get a community center, they get all of this, they get this. And I'm like, well, maybe they do need a safe place. But I want to understand. I really, really want to understand.
I'm stuck at 1994.
I told you.
I am
You.
stuck at
I told
19.
you.
Are you It was way back with the horses and
No,
carriages.
no, no. Like they keep tacking on these different letters, and I'm trying to see where are they getting it from.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Houston, we got a problem.
I told you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
told you.
Oh, I done got stirred up now. I thought that was something that was, oh,
No. Mm-mm.
okay.
Nope. It is something that has been added, and that's what I'm trying to, because it seems like their community knows and understands it all. So why aren't we being educated on it? Not in a hostile environment when somebody triggers y'all, but why aren't we being, I don't know, even like the little things that I be watching on TikTok, it's like they get upset when they're being challenged because people want to understand.
Mm,
That's what I'm saying. I don't get upset. Let's just have a conversation so we can all understand. But don't call me sis.
right.
That's just the bottom of the line.
Because
Don't.
that term ain't even older than me. I was born before that term was out. You better not call me that.
Yeah. If it came out in 1994,
Oh my God, that is crazy.
I don't understand. I don't get it. Like I don't
I was
understand.
walking the halls of CBA cop. And you trying to tell me,
I told
oh Lord.
I told you
See,
that's not something
I'm
that
glad,
just.
I am so glad we had this live because I thank you, Nisa. I did not know that. And I'm going listen, we definitely need a panel now because I got fire behind me. Because that term ain't even older than me.
Like,
What
why
are you talking about?
did you make that? That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I be trying. That's what I've been saying. Like, where are y'all coming? Where are you coming? Where it's fine, but just educate me and just let me know.
Mm, 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 mm. Well, sir, on that, we got to give the benediction. For I say something, we
Told you.
gotta go because that is crazy.
I told you. I told you. Yeah, that's not something that Jesus created here. That ain't something that he gave us.
Because in the Bible, he said, male and female created he them.
He did. However, it was still homosexuality back in the Bible days.
Yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't no cis. It wasn't no LGBTQIA2 spirit. You like that's what I'm saying. Like
That two spirit is something. I gotta look that up when we get off. That I ain't never heard of that. I ain't gonna find nobody that identifies that. I already know. Cause what is it?
but two spirit can be anything. It could be me and my husband. It could be
No,
me and another
Bree.
woman. That could be
Not
because
under the umbrella of that.
yes, it can, because you're falling in love with somebody's spirit. That's what I'm taking it as. Because what else does that mean?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Two spirited meaning in it's already in Google. All right, so two spirit, we going after this because this is woof. Two spirit people were male, female, and sometimes intersex individuals who combine activities of both men and women with traits unique to their statuses as two spirit people.
So a threesome.
They were considered neither men nor women. They occupied a distinct alternative gender status. Okay. This is used mostly in the like indigenous communities. I don't want to say the okay, Native American community. They usually use this, encompassing cultural, spiritual, sexual, and gender identity.
When you first started reading, it sounded like a threesome to me.
It's not threesome. It's not.
But I just don't. But that ties into other
So it
things.
says they house both male and female spirit. That's what it is. Okay. Margie states that okay, let's see. Proto cisgender discourse arose in Germany in 1914. Okay. When Ernst Buchard, I heard that name before, introduced the cis trans distinct to sexology. I can really read y'all, but I'm just by contrasting cisvestismus or type of inclination to wear gender conforming clothing, which transvestites or cross dressing.
But I thought transvestites. Oh no, I'm getting confused. Yeah, we need to talk like because
Wait, what's the ones that have both? Oh no, I ain't gonna say that because I don't know what the proper term is. The term I know is not proper, so I ain't even gonna say it. All right, Angel said it sounds like you just opened up Pandora's box. Yeah, so 1914. Okay, it's still not.
that's still not old.
It still ain't old enough because my granddaddy was born in. Nah, still not old enough.
Yeah, I'm still not buying it. I'm still not buying it.
Y'all acted like this was like way before time,
Like 1800 BC.
something like that.
and
Like some y'all should have known what it meant. How? How?
and
How?
not if you wasn't raised in that environment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my grandfather.
They was trying to say it's a medical term. That's what they was trying to say.
But how is it a medical term?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like. I ain't never heard that before.
Me
And
neither.
I've been in the books for a long time. That never crossed my book. I
I've
never
never
turned that page.
and I've never went to the doctor and seen that anywhere on my paperwork.
Never.
It's always either check
And
miss.
just like we talked tonight, then it should be cis male too, because the definition says
It could be either or.
right, but this definition is saying that cross dressing and stuff. They went back and did you get that from Angel said Angel said, baby, I work in medicine. I ain't never seen or heard of it. So there we have it. I ain't never seen it at
Me neither.
all. Never
And
heard
I
of
didn't
it.
I didn't hear it until this whole little debauchery with.
Me too. And
But yeah,
so it
um,
sounds like in our community here, we've been looking it up, like trying to figure out what's what.
yeah.
So we should get an A+ for that. At least we trying to figure it out. So
Yeah.
we gonna we're gonna have a panel, and I need to get with it and try to get some people on here that identify with the community, and we're gonna put a pin in it. We're gonna talk about this because we need to have understanding.
What I need from you.
Understand. That song is so elementary to me. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's what we need because understanding is definitely what we need because it like just sitting here just listening to a lot of the definitions, I really rather them just left it at LBGT because what does queer mean? Like like it's just so many because all of the letters to me comes back around to one thing.
What's that?
You like either gender.
True. And what about those that don't have sex? So what are they? Like it's a lot, man. I just can't. I mean, I can, but I mean, I can, but I just want to talk about it because in a very this is a safe space, so I want to talk about it. So
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to find and but after the Stellar Wars though, because that's Sunday. All right,
What channel that come on?
I'm about to put it on here now. All right, we gonna watch the Stellar Wars Sunday, August the 6th on BET.
It's on BT. Okay.
Yep. Last week it was on the place that don't have BT Spectrum. I call that a no cable, but Spectrum
What
has
is
cable.
Spectrum? That's a
Spectrum is what they have in Louisiana because I used to hate Spectrum. They don't have any channels. All the channels you need, you gotta buy them. And they did not have BT. So Spectrum is what it is. Spectrum.
we're gonna watch the Stellar Awards.
Yep. And so I will be giving my commentary on that. I have after I get off this, I have to do my jump for your life challenge. It's only 50 reps. I gotta jump tonight, and then I'm going to sleep. You guys, first day in the hatch was really good. Zoe did well today. So
That's good.
yeah,
Well, this was a good conversation.
it is, and we're gonna continue it. I got to find the people, and once I find the people, I'll get their pictures, and we're gonna get it together.
Are you doing everybody from each letter?
Yes, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Just the first, not the other ones. I don't know. I know I ain't gonna find no two spirited. I know I'm not gonna find. I may find pansexual. I may find asexual. Um, queer. You know, if they want to. I mean, and I'm gonna tell them if you don't want to show your face, just don't turn your camera on. You could just talk.
Yeah.
So
And tell what it is.
yeah.
Well, all right. This was
So
fun.
instead of putting their name, they can put what they they can put their name and then what they identify as, so we can know who we're talking
Who
to.
we're talking to.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yep. I am Nisa. All righty then.
Right.
You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll talk with you later.
Bye.
Don't hang up, Bree. All right, bye.
Bye.